Jim. Oh, how are you, Stephanie? How are you? How are you? Tom, Bill, how you guys doing? Michael, how you guys doing? Welcome. Alright. Am I on? Oh, I am on. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, I was here for the last 2 years with this team. My name is Jim DeNoia. I am currently the manager of the New England Patriots, under authorization of Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. And as you all know, the NFL draft was Thursday through Saturday, and this is just a little analysis of it, what we picked up from it, why we made the picks we chose, what do we predict coming out of these players, are these guys starters, are they backups, what are they? Okay, so this is just a little analysis of the draft. Okay, so let's get right into it. Obviously, with our first pick, we took N'Keal Harry out of Arizona State. And what I'm going to be doing for you is I'm going to be giving you my grade and the prospect grade, which are two different things. Okay, the prospect grade is as far as NFL-wise is concerned, and then my grade is just what do I think of them. Okay, so here we go. With the first round, with the 32nd pick, we took N'Keal Harry out of Arizona State, wide receiver, 6'2", 228. Okay, so this is going to be a big help to us, to our offense. Gives Brady another weapon. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you guys pros and cons. Okay, and just an overall take. Okay, so starting off with the pros. Obviously, N'Keal's size and strength as a receiver is obviously helpful in and of itself. Okay, 50-50 balls, it's almost automatic. Okay, he runs routes pretty well. He's a good route runner, and he's tall for the most part. 6'2" is pretty good for a receiver. Anything higher than 6'1" is usually pretty good. So now the bad things about him is the cons is he's not the fastest guy. He only ran a 4.3, but then again, so did Edelman. I think he either ran a 4.57 or a 4.53. So yeah, so N'Keal ran a 4.53. Did I say 4.3? No, he ran a 4.53. Sorry if I said 4. I'm sorry if I said 4.3, but he ran a 4.53. Okay, so technically a 4.5. Okay, which is just an average receiver for speed. Okay, but as long as he can catch the ball in traffic, then we're fine. Okay. All right, so out of this, I give it maybe a B+, A-. His NFL prospect grade was given a 5.87, which means he has the chance of becoming a starter, which is pretty good, very good, or even a backup. Okay, because he could be, if we drop Demaryius Thomas, if we drop Phil, if we get rid of, if Josh somehow leaves under some weird condition, then it'll be Edelman and Harry. So, because we just signed Bruce, we got Maurice, we got all these new guys coming in. But I'm excited to see N'Keal in the preseason, really excited to see him. So that's the first pick. The second pick, 45th overall, we traded with, I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was Chicago, but I don't know for sure. But this guy, Jawan Williams out of Vanderbilt, I like this kid. He's a huge kid, a huge corner. 6'4", 213, or 211? 211, 6'4", 211. That's a big corner. Okay. One of the guys on the network during the draft compared him to Brandon Browner, which I think no wonder why we took him. He's another Brandon Browner. So this time I actually looked up, according to NFL, according to his profile, I looked up his profile, and now based off of this signing, it's not a good sign for Duke. Okay, we all remember Duke. He went to Florida. He was our second-round pick 2 years ago, or technically last year. He never played one snap because he was on IR. Okay. So the pros for Juwan. Obviously, size, and size. Okay, he's a big dude, big corner. If I were to compare him to anybody, I would say Xavier Rhodes. Okay, and that's just not because of size. Okay, he's a pretty goddamn good fucking corner. Okay, physical guy. He likes jamming. Okay, he's got pretty long arms. I saw his thing. He's got pretty long arms. He finishes tackles, which is always good. Okay, he's pretty agile for his size, and he's a confident guy. He doesn't let one play determine his whole game, which is good. That's really good. Now, the bad stuff about him is he ran a 4.64, okay, which is like, I think Richard Sherman ran something around there. So he's not the fastest guy, okay. His downfield ball play needs a little bit of work. That has to do with his speed, okay. He's not very consistent finding the ball. Okay, we all know the classic look back rule. Yeah, he doesn't do that. He just, as soon as the receiver touches the ball, then he just slaps it out. That's what he does, which I don't really like, but we'll see. Okay, and he's impatient while in press, which means he's a little handsy. Okay, so he could get caught for encroachment, or hands to the face, or stuff like that. Okay, pass interference maybe. Okay, so I'd give him a B plus for the signing. Okay, and his prospect grade was a 5.8, which means he could also become a starter, which is really good. Okay, for me, I just see him being Duke's backup. So when Duke leaves, he'll just take Duke's spot. And then when Jonathan leaves, which I hope we don't... He's only been here, what, 3 years, Jonathan? And he's a hell of a corner. I love Jonathan. Great corner. Fast kid. He's still young. He's like, what, 24? He's still young. Okay? He's still young. So... Alright, next. With the 77th pick, we took Chase Winovich. I kind of saw this one coming a little bit. Okay, he went to Michigan, 6'3", 256. He's a good kid. He was ecstatic when he got the call. Right, we all know that famous call that when Bill calls you. Hello, we're gonna make you a Patriot, so we're excited to work with you, and just the classic fucking usual bullshit. And he's all ecstatic, so he's an energetic guy, which is pretty good. He fought alongside Rashawn Gary, who's now a Packer. Okay. Pros: good first step quickness, so he's got a quick get off on the line. Okay. Physical play, a rabid guy, like a rabid dog. Okay, not a lame dog, a rabid dog, like with rabies, like a pit bull that hasn't been trained right. That's what Chase is. Okay. He slams into the ball carrier and tries to leave a mark, which is pretty intimidating. Okay, but it's kind of weird for me to say that because he's not a very good run stopper. So... And he plays flat-footed in space, okay? And he also, the tackles can reach and cave him, which means he'll reach, but he won't really finish the tackle, or he can't tackle too well, okay? So, but he's a quick guy, okay? Quick around the corner, all that kind of stuff. I give it a B, B+, probably really just a B, but his grade is a 5.77, which means he could also become a starter, which is wonderful. Okay, we'll see how he does in the preseason. I'm very excited to see all these guys. Okay, all right, third round, 87th. We took a running back. I says, son of a bitch. I says, Christ, a fucking running back? You're not going to take a running back? Really? Especially out of Alabama. This is Damian Harris we're talking about. Top 3 running back in that draft. I was jubilant when we took Damian. I was like, holy Christ, you can't be serious. I loved this pick. Holy shit. Okay, so it was an interesting signing, though. I mean, what the hell? What the hell's the purpose of signing Damian? That's not good for Rex. Okay? That's not too good for Rex. Okay, Rex might be gone. Jeremy most likely will be gone. He's probably just going to be Jeremy's backup. Okay? Which, if he does well in the preseason, hell, I'd start him right under Sony. That's what I would do. So, but if you're talking about a Georgia running back versus an Alabama running back, yeah, you obviously got to take the Georgia one. Okay, so here we go. His grade was a 5.79, so he can be a starter as well, which is I liked everything about this pick. I loved it. Okay, patient runner. And what do we think of when we hear patient runner? What do we think of? We think of this guy named Le'Veon Bell. Okay. He's a good guy in pass protection, which is going to be extremely important for us. Now, I think Sony was pretty good in pass protection anyway, but I think Damian is more patient in as far as the zone running than Sony. I just think Damian's more patient. And I love Damian. He's a great running back. I've seen his shit. I love him. Fucking love him. I love this pick. You know, they say, you know, the best relationships are usually the ones that are unexpected. I'm gonna like this kid. I really will. And I'm being fucking honest. Right hand. Okay? From your perspective, it's my left. But really, since this is recorded and it's a mirror image, so right now you see it as my well fuck, never mind. It's my right. It's my right hand. Okay? I like this kid. I don't even know why the hell I said that. Left hand. This is my right. What the fuck? Alright, so the only thing actually here's nothing about him. He's a no bullshit runner. He runs and he takes care of business. I fucking love that. He doesn't try to do all this, juking shit, all this spin shit. He just runs and does what the fuck he has to do. And I love that shit. Okay? Now, the bad shit. He has no burst against fast linebackers. So Telvin Smith, the Telvin Smiths, the Devin Whites, the Deion Joneses, who's maybe the Vashawn Josephs who went to the fucking Bills. So now they have, Tremaine Edmonds and Vashawn Joseph, which is just the most dangerous linebacker duo I've ever fucking seen in my life. Jesus Christ. You thought Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis was bad. Okay. He's not really an elusive guy. He's 5'10", 216. I look at him more as a power back. Kind of a power back. 5'10", 216, or is he 5'11"? 5'10", 216. So I look at him as a power back, which is good. So if you're not really elusive, you're most likely a power back. And if you're not that strong, you're most likely a speed back or an elusive guy. He's not elusive. Damian's not elusive, but I don't really fucking care about that. Okay. And as far as once he finds the hole, he doesn't really burst through it. He'll be patient. Here, I'll show you. So he'll get the handoff. He'll get it. Here it is. He'll get it. He'll look for the hole. Once he finds it, he'll just kind of stop a little bit, and then he'll go through. Now, usually what a running back is supposed to do is they get the handoff, they see the hole, and they explode through it. He is patient a little bit, finds the hole, looks a little bit longer, and then goes through it. Which isn't really that good, because once that hole closes up, then that's a no-gainer. Okay, so those are my 3 things with Damian, is that he's not really He doesn't have a burst when he's trying to, which means he can get chased down by speedy guys. You know, the Quan Alexanders, the Deion Joneses, the Devin Whites, all those kind of guys. The Telvin Smiths, all those kind of guys. Okay. All right. So my next one, this guy, Yadni Kajasti. This guy went to West Virginia, 6'5", 312. At first I thought this guy was trash, okay, but I looked up his film, or not his film, his profile, and by the way, Damien has a 5'7", which means, or was it a 5'7", 5'7", which means he can be a starter, which is good, okay. I was really surprised that we took Damien Harris. I was ecstatic when we took him. I was elated. I was happy as shit. I was happy as a clam when we took Damien Harris. I wasn't expecting it, but I was fucking happy. But anyway, here's Yadni. Yadni, when I first saw him, I said, who the hell is Yadni Kajasti? Who the hell is this? Okay, I looked up his profile, and after a little bit of consideration, I said, okay. I says, all right, he could be Marcus's backup, or if Isaiah goes down yet again, he could be a replacement for Isaiah. Okay, now here's the thing. If Isaiah goes down again, fucking dump him. Get the fuck rid of him. I don't care if he's a first overall. If he fucking gets injured too much, get the fuck rid of him. Okay? That's just common sense. Okay? Alright. So, Cannon is getting a little old, and he hasn't been himself since the 2016 year, when the Falcons, that year, okay? We all remember that Bronco game when he completely shut down Von Miller like it was nothing, okay? Which is not easy to do. And I said that to him a couple years ago when it happened. Or not, I think it was actually last year, but whatever. Alright, so here's the pros with Yadni. Okay, Jesus Christ, this video's long. Big guy, strong muscular arms. So he's a big, and he has a 5.59 grade, which means he can also be a starter. Barely, but he could be a starter. Okay. So big muscular arms. He runs his feet through contact, which means if he's getting held up, he will literally jump kind of like this and push the player back, which is good. Kind of reminds me of Tyron Smith, kind of. Okay, and he comes off the ball with quickness. Okay, so if you're at the tackle spot and you're standing like this, or you're like this, but you're really probably going to be like this, and you're at the tackle spot and you come off like that, that's good. Okay. He's pretty quick and agile for his size. He's 6'5", 312. That's a big guy. Okay. Alright, so here's his cons. He pretty much, nowadays, with short defensive ends, he's going to get knocked down almost every time. Okay. Dante Fowler, Josh Allen now, who else? Fucking Yannick Ngakoue. Anyone who's short. Vic Beasley. Any one of these guys who go up against them. Even Jerry Hughes, who I think is 6'2". Okay, so if he's even playing still. But he gets knocked down. Knocked off balance, rather. He'll get knocked off balance. So if he's like this, because what a short guy's going to do is he's going to kind of, it's like a shoulder press. He's just going to go up like this and push into the tackle. So if he gets pushed up, he's leaning, and he's going to get knocked off balance and probably even knocked down. And that's not good. Okay? So that's the thing with Yadni. Alright, and two other things. He isn't that consistent. He's inconsistent finishing blocks. Okay? You know how some tackles will just block and then they'll just let go once the quarterback throws it. When you want to be an efficient tackle, what you want to do is you want to stand your ground and push the player down just to make sure he's been blocked completely. Okay, so that's the thing with Yodney. Okay, and his last thing is that he tries to create leverage by ducking his head, which is troublesome for a lot of clipping calls and, what was that other one called? Not clipping, chop blocking and all that other kind of shit. Okay, so that's the only thing I have on Yodney. 5'9", he can be a starter, and I give it a B minus, maybe a B, but really just a B minus for now. Okay. All right, next guy. This guy from fucking Denmark. He's Danish. This is when the bad players start to come. All right. Hjalte Froholt, guard from Arkansas. Who the hell is Hjalte Froholt? He's a 6'5", 306 guard from Arkansas. Now, if I remember correctly, he actually got a few friends together to play football together with because they didn't have any shit in Denmark. So he just said, fuck it. Let's just, make some shit and let's just, play in my backyard. Okay. So that's Hjalte. Same with Yodney. I wasn't really, but with Joe Thuney's contract expiring pretty soon, meaning like next year, it made sense. But I really fucking hope that we re-sign Joe, because Joe is like Joe Thomas. He's played every single snap for 3 goddamn straight years. Ever since he stepped onto the field, he hasn't missed one game. That's incredible. Just 3 years in the league and he hasn't missed one game. That's fucking amazing. Okay, he was with Aaron Donald in the Super Bowl last year, one-on-one twice in a row, and beat him easy. That's fucking almost impossible. Okay? Okay? So, do you understand the value of Joe Thuney? He could be a backup to Joe Thuney, absolutely. Which means Ted Karras is probably, bye-bye, which I'm okay with because, Ted didn't really do anything for us, so. His pros is that he's versatile. He can play guard and he can play center. Versatile-ish. Okay, if he could play tackle, then I'd be really happy. Okay, strong core. Okay, because he's Danish. He's Danish. Okay, he plays a good pad level. Okay, and he really can drop anchor. He's like a fucking cargo ship. He's like an auxiliary ship. He can really. He's down. If he's playing center, okay? He's playing center. He's right here. Okay? He snaps and he drops anchor. He's ready. And he can withstand bull rushes like Aaron Donald, Von Miller, especially Mike Daniels, who's a big-time bull rusher. So he can withstand that, which is good. Okay? Now, there's a lot of shit you have to look at when you're drafting players. You got to look at your schedule. You got to look at your needs. You got to look at what your team, what your opponents need, what they lack of. What do they suck at? What do you suck at? What are they good at? All that kind of stuff. So, all right, his cons. His upper body strength is not even equal or close, not even kind of close to his core strength. He's like a fucking, he's like a high school freshman who's just being introduced to a weight room. Okay? That's what he is, as far as his upper body strength. His core strength is fine. Okay? He loses leverage with his hand placement, and because his hands will slip off the pads if he doesn't place his hands right. which is vulnerable for, swims and spins and stuff like that. Okay. No glass chewing when finishing blocks. Same thing with Yabni. He doesn't really finish blocks. Okay. Glass chewing is just a trench term for someone who really is physical, like a Marshall Yanda or a Ryan Khalil, any one of those kind of guys. Okay. And his hand placement is just fucking disgusting. Okay, I looked up his profile, and I'm going to quote it. It said it needs dire work. Or not dire work, dire need of work. Okay, when it comes to hand placement. So that's vulnerable for holding, that's vulnerable for hands to the face mask, all that other kind of shit. Okay? So if Sony pulls off a big run, or if Damien pulls off a big run, or Rex, or James, or even fucking Jeremy if he comes back, it's a big run, and it gets fucking taken back because of fucking Yalte's bullshit hand placement. Okay? So that's Yalte. Next is Jarrett Stidham from Auburn. He's a quarterback. I really like this pick. At first, I was in this chat, and this guy says, I like Jarrett. I like him. And I looked at his film when they were looking at him after he got drafted, and I says, fuck, I like him too. His ball placement is just amazing. Okay? So I like Jarrett. I like this guy. He can be a starter, 5'7". He can be a starter. And as far as Yalte, he had a 5.31. Yeah, which means he's a backup. Okay, I gave him a C+, B- ish, but probably just a C+ because of his fucking hand placement. All right, Jarrett. Kind of excited about his potential. Ball placement is amazing. I like this pick. I liked it. I like Jarrett. I gave it a B. Okay. 6'2", 218. So he's kind of like Jimmy, kind of, just a little bit lighter. He's got good arm strength. Okay. He has above average on the run accuracy, which is good. That's very good. Okay. Kind of like a Mahomes or an Aaron Rodgers. Okay. That's really good that you can have a quarterback who can throw accurately on the run, which isn't really that easy to do. That's good. Okay. He's patient and waiting for the passing lanes to clear, which if you're like me and you play Madden and you wait for someone to get open on the slant rather than just fucking bolting it to him, and if it creates ample separation from the corner and then he throws it, that's kind of how Jarrett is. He's like me when I play Madden. He waits a little bit and then throws it. He's a good back shoulder throw, good back shoulder passer, N'Keal Harry. Okay, N'Keal is the king of back shoulder throw or back shoulder catches and catching in traffic. So if Jarrett can put it just in the right spot, Jarrett and N'Keal will be just amazing. Okay, if I were to compare anybody to Jarrett, I would say Carson Wentz, and I'm not even kidding. I didn't see anything about mobility, but if I could compare anybody to Jarrett, I'm sorry, I gotta say Carson. I have to. That might be a reach, but I mean, I says, what the hell? I mean, ball placement is great, on the run accuracy is great, good arm, strong arm. This guy's a good kid, and he might be a steal for Christ's sake. He went in the 4th round, 133rd overall. What the hell? Okay, now his cons. This is really why I compared him to Carson, because his deep ball accuracy is just atrocious. Okay, it's embarrassing. Okay, he has to throw with better anticipation. Okay, and he loses poise when pressure comes. So if he gets the ball, set hike, he gets it. High snap from David Andrews or fucking Ted Karras or whatever the hell. And as soon as the pressure comes, he just says, fuck it, and then just takes the sack. And you gotta fight. You gotta fight for that, okay? So, he kind of is and isn't Carson Wentz, because Carson will look at the pressure and he'll say, let's go. And he'll use his mobility and duck, and then he'll throw it, okay? And that's not Jarrett, okay? But I like Jarrett either way. because of his ball placement. Okay. Now, unlike Brady, this is what Jarrett cannot do, and that's picking up cover 0. Blitz packages. Cannot recognize blitzes for shit. Cannot recognize a blitz, a cover 0 to save his life. And that's a problem. That's a fucking problem. That's not even a problem, it's a fucking problem. That's not even a big problem, it's a fucking problem. That's what it is. Which means it's bigger than a big problem. Holy shit. Alright, but he has a 5.57, which means he can be a starter. Okay. Alright, we're almost done here. Christ, 30 and 31 minutes here. Jesus Christ. Okay, alright, this next guy kind of sucks, but Byron Coward from Maryland, defensive end. He's okay. If I were to compare him to anybody, I said Everson Griffin. But he's really not even kind of Everson Griffin, okay? He had a 5.29, which means he can be a backup or a special teams guy, okay? I gave it a C+, maybe a B-, maybe, but really just a C+. 34-inch arms, okay? He has NFL strength and NFL size, okay, or length. Bull rush potential, which means Mike Daniels, Everson Griffin, okay, but really Mike Daniels. And he has good secondary rush effort, meaning he doesn't give up. If he sees a ball carrier and he's past him, he's going to try his ass off to get over to him, which is good. It shows resiliency, and that's what the Patriots are all about. Resilient fucking C. That's all we are, okay? Now his cons, he doesn't play with good pad level, okay? And he has tight hips, which means he's not that athletic coming around the edge. So he can't really play defensive end that well. Okay? And the fucking penalties. Jesus Christ. If there's anything that pisses me off, it's penalties. And this guy has multiple penalties. Oh, trust me, we're gonna fucking take care of that. Alright. Alright, we're almost done here. Just got a couple more. Alright, 163rd. I know nothing about this guy. The punter, Jake Bailey from Stanford. I don't even have anything on him. His prospect grade, I don't know. Pros, I don't know. Cons, I don't know. I mean, I saw one punt from him, and it actually looked pretty good. So, but that's not good news for Ryan. And I don't know what the hell Ryan did last year. Because we had that one play, I think when Matthew tried to save it, and then Jonathan went in and saved it, and then Rex went in and saved it. I mean, maybe that was just them. I don't know if that was Ryan, but, what the hell. But the fact that we signed 2 punters, we remember Corey Bajorquez, when we had him last year, we signed him, didn't go, and then we have Jake. So maybe we are trying to get rid of Ryan, I don't know. So, 6'1" and 3/8, 200 pounds. So he's almost the same size as Ryan. So, I gave it a C+. I haven't seen anything from him. Okay. Alright, last guy, here we go. Ken Webster, 7th round pick, 252. He's literally a mirror image of Keon Crossan. Literally a mirror of Keon. Okay? Strong upper body. I mean, heavy hands and press. Not afraid to put his nose in a tackle, so maybe he's another Jawan Williams as well. I don't know. Adequate aggressiveness and tackling, so he's a good tackler. Same thing with Keon, great tackler. Okay? Now, his cons. He cannot play zone to save his life at all. He just cannot do it. He can't do it. He just cannot do it. He just cannot. You heard me. He cannot play zone coverage. He can't do it. He cannot do it. Okay? especially if it's cover 3. He leaves way too much space in cover 3. Cover 3, I think, is when you have two safeties. No, you have one safety and 2 corners playing back. Or is that? I gotta look at my zone shit, but I think that's cover 3. But he gives way too much space in cover 3. Okay, he's shitty in zone. Okay, his passes defended are more because of the players just dropping the passes rather than him actually doing something. Okay, which means he's a little overrated. Okay, I looked up his highlights. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. He really doesn't. Okay, but according to this, I gave him a C+. And there's no prospect grade for Jake. So, but he has very average lateral burst on breaks, breaking on the ball. So if he's guarding a hitch, his breaking is it's not great. Okay, it's just very average. Okay, and then his last thing, smash concepts. You have an outside receiver playing a hitch. You have an inside receiver playing a post or a corner. Really, it's a corner. So you have the guys playing hitches on the outside, and then the slot guys are doing corner routes. He gets fucked in no man's land against smash. Okay? Any team that runs a smash concept will just cook him. Burn him, saute him, cook him, fucking bake him, roast him, even overcook him. And his grade is a 4.99, which means he needs to be in a fucking training camp still. Okay? Now, yeah, I mean, he's the 4th to last fucking pick. I mean, I understand that, but Jesus Christ. He's almost the same thing as Keon. He can tackle, but other than that, especially in zone, he's just a fucking disgrace. Okay? I'm not going to go over the undrafted free agents. I might do that tomorrow. So, but if I were to give this draft a grade, I'd give it maybe a B+, maybe an A-. But my top 3 favorite players out of this whole thing were Nikhil, Jawan, and Damien. And that's it. Those are my top 3. So, mostly Jawan, just because he's a fucking big corner. I mean, 6'4", 211, he could play fucking linebacker if he wanted to, if he gained a little more weight. But anyway, a 38-minute video. Christ almighty. Okay, but thank you very much, people of the press. As you know, we signed, I think, 11 undrafted free agents. Really, half of them were receivers, and then we signed a couple more tackles, a center, a guard, and then a safety. Malik Gant from Marshall, Xavier Ubosi, Jacoby Myers, Ryan Davis, all those other good kids. Really, the player I want to see the most is Ryan, because he's elusive as hell. And then on defense, Malik, I think would be good. Malik, I think Malik is a good guy. And then Xavier Ubosi. Great receiver, in my opinion. Good receiver, really good receiver. 6'4", I think 215, I want to say. So he's a pretty big receiver. Okay. Jacoby, just an average receiver. Xavier's a big guy, and then Ryan's an elusive guy. Okay. So, and I think, and then we have Brossette from LSU. I forgot his first name. I think David? I don't know, but I don't know his first name, but he went to LSU, and I haven't looked at anything from him yet, so I got to look at him. All right. Other than that, thank you very much, people of the press. Thank you for your attention, and I apologize for holding you people this long, but this was a pretty extensive analysis, and I take the draft extremely seriously. Okay, so because this could determine our franchise, our future. Okay, once Brady leaves, there's an immense amount of pressure on Bill. Okay, because right now the pressure is even. Pressure's even. If there's an even amount of pressure on Bill, there's an even amount of pressure on Tom. Once Tom's gone, all the pressure goes right to Bill. Okay? So, because Bill, I think, is 66, 67 right now. So he'll be fucking 70 by the time we leave. Or by the time Brady leaves. And then maybe Josh will be the new coach. I don't know. So, as much as I would like that to happen, usually the offensive coordinator becomes the coach. But, what the hell. Alright. Thank you very much, people of the press. Good to be back. Good to be back. And I will be reporting our updates from training camp on starting in July. So we'll go from there. Alright? Thank you very much, people of the press. Take care. Good night. Thank you very much. Good to be back, huh? Good to be back.